welcome voters of South Dakota. We are very quickly nearing June 2nd primary. I believe this is the most important governor's election in South Dakota history. Why? South Dakota's spending has been doubling every 8 years. During that same time frame, property taxes have doubled. And now just this year, my opponents, which are all lifelong politicians, increased your sales tax 3 separate times. So I was asked to tell you folks what my 2 biggest priorities are. I tell you what, this is the easiest question I've been asked in 12 months. We have to get back to a conservative Republican platform, which brings me to my #1 priority, to make South Dakota affordable again. I have traveled the state exhaustively during this campaign. I went to all 66 counties. I'm the first candidate in state history to do a full 66 county bus tour everywhere I went. People would tell me it was harder to pay their bills today than it was 5 short years ago. They would say, Toby, shouldn't it be getting easier, not harder? As part of my affordability plan, I am going to, yes, phase out property taxes and ultimately eliminate property taxes for all South Dakota residents. I have met hundreds of fixed income seniors that have been driven from their homes. That is plain wrong. Young people unable to experience the American dream and buy their first home because of property taxes. If you live in South Dakota, you are being significantly negatively impacted by property taxes. That will end under the Doeden administration, I assure you. We need a Department of Government Efficiency. We have to make sure that the money we're collecting from our residents is being spent as efficiently as humanly possible. I will deliver that. What is the role of government in this country? And specifically, what's the role of government right here in South Dakota? Well, I believe in very small, fiscally sound state government. I think the government should provide an infrastructure that gives its citizens the opportunity to thrive. Sadly, law and order has slipped in this state. The rising drug epidemic is the worst it's ever been. I have talked to hundreds of mothers, hundreds of grandmothers, sisters, daughters. The rising drug epidemic has produced 3 times as many overdose deaths as there were in 2005. Nobody should ever get the grim news that their son or daughter has overdosed on drugs. Sadly, for every 1 overdose death, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of other families that are struggling with a loved one's addiction. We have to get serious in this state about 2 things: rehabilitation, treatment, and prevention services. And secondly, and I will do this on day 1, we have to get serious against the thugs and the criminals that are preying on our mothers, sons, and daughters in this state. We have to send a message so loud and so clear. Everybody in this state, the people around this country, if you come to South Dakota and you sell drugs to our loved ones, we are gonna hunt you down. We're gonna put you on the 10 o'clock news, and we're putting you in prison for a very, very long time. Our recidivism rates have doubled in 15 years. We have to bring law and order back. I will do that as your governor. How did we get a 50% recidivism rate? My 3 opponents in this race in 2013 teamed up to pass presumptive probation. It handcuffed the judges. The judges can't put them in prison. They send them back to the counties on probation, and they keep reoffending. I will immediately work with the legislature in my first session, and we will get rid of Senate Bill 70 or presumptive probation. If they're nonviolent, we need to rehabilitate them as quickly as possible and get them off the taxpayers' dime. If they're illegal immigrants and they're in our country and in our state system, I will deport them faster than you can blink. But for the hardened criminals that have perpetrated violent acts against fellow South Dakotans, they can stay in prison. We can throw away the key. We need a governor that's finally going to be tough on crime. I will make South Dakota more affordable, and I will make South Dakota safer for you and your families. These are the things I will fight for, and these are the things the Doeden administration will deliver to every resident of South Dakota.